This is my 180 months to the ground. for Ghana.
na oremu eye adwuma enti anopei yaba atasema so ya move your studio no from Asokwa Kumasi e de aba the respected officers, you know. If Dr. Bamu Mania owes anybody an apology and appreciation in the region, it should be nobody else. That now fi umabura Ashanti region. Omubura with the hope that omubetimi neutralize Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia strength ewa hanum and I say omubetimi I winimpu ewa hanum. Umaferia we are going to talk about that story. If you just say also correct 91% of I welcome you. We are live and loud, clear on all our social media platforms. And pay yedi and komo ewoso. Eti team nina ewa hanum obia ewa hanum from Bosheba Ima, Fred, Jomo, Fuku, Aso, Eugene, Precious, Achemkwa, the Hero Man, and then I see Munina and so ewa ha and pay yeba abedi and komo. Now if I'm to run that would be a total over 105. But over 100,000 or the Hoko Mini. Now, regions BI, if you coming from there with happen like that. Central region, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia won 4 constituencies in the 2023 elections, but in the 2026 he added 3 more constituencies. Owene 7 constituencies was Central region. Greater Accra was also very interesting. Now among 40 years, people thought it's going to be a region that will fall easily for Dr. Honorable Kennedy Ejapon. In the last 3 weeks to the election, personally, I was nurturing some fears. Say, I'm sure not going to but the regional campaign team, and the last hurdle, what to say, Honorable. Bamia, and then we move to other regions, and then the last week to election or stay in Greater Accra. Moses Abo, Honorable Henry Kote, Honorable Titus Glover, they did a lot of good work there, and then Greater Accra also fell for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. How mischievously some politicians and I say political pundits are saying, okay, 56% whatever from the last percentage, but when you look at the constituencies of winning here, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia winning here in 2023, and the constituencies are winning in 2026, it means he is more accepted within the party, and I feel the popularity, the strength across the country, much more better than the Onyano 2023. Mamema, the Liberal, Dr. Nana Ayew every year, if you just ask Okore MP. Don't forget, he was the Middlebelt campaign coordinator for our 2024 general elections campaign. Liberal. Na Bembuaba, na Rehuaba, hopes were shattered. People started reading a lot of conversation. But some of you never looked shaken. You were very certain. Will be the next flag of the party. Yes. And then the general mood of the party, especially the delegates, also responded, said they will not abandon the tradition of the party and they will uphold it. From all this time, said the last 3-4 months, campaign how did you prepare backstage and sana
It's true. Bet you it here for na Madam Assessor for Akonye. But the Nchia Kessia Soma as a coroner for Jassy for baby and Mobia. Whenever a year, Yamina year, so now kind of preparation backstage in a start a loose election. Na it would GDA say Papano or your Juma or call constituency be the camp or yeah, or be a Jitum say a being see that then so no. Nyamana away etia and certain decisions be a year. A person a year. MPs crab Pia Bontain for the first time. A tea wanna buy. A nyama a man crop for na a yawu. Into na yo the echo sheba wumia na ye felice and yen crack. The 10 hours to no coyer low. Asante Mpuntuo ewa ha. There may be a year per voter. So no. Na ya kite. Ye you ha no. A party ni ye no. And the reaction now was a blame ye. It was clear to us. Ashanti region, yeah, the buses a call upon it. You lose you. Now I was here. Your command shedding. The Ashanti in the D can call ya. Your command is shedding. I am more dim. Yes, I'm so by every original council meeting. And no has to be one. You could pay Musi Ebeka for your research. Into which we are the only regional a year in the research separately from national research, a Ashanti region. Again, Ashanti region now, in the research no ebeda bonting, national dia ebeda bonting. Na omo ye national dia no, nti ene say the Ashanti hu ye no, it is said the national hu ye no. It is a party no 2 million, ni bibia no Ashanti nti woti Ashanti dia na it is what national dia. It was clear say any religion and any ethnicity. And then was a paper side any free adofo adwiem conform na set agenda say a religion. Nature say dog a bad name and hang it. Into any yemfa enko sheba wumia. Haircut. So obey Bibi Papa ni yap ena kwasi ebo ho eya woni bia wo free ene asoma wo kwasi ebo bia e kwasi ebo enti ye na ye gidi se e kwasi. To me, we're very strong about it, you know, and you quite wanting. Into share very early, 10th or 11th, yeah, are you into Medican Como sister station? Ekokasa said we are bringing him back. And no man. He's my chairman, he's my campaign chairman. And I have to say that because of course. It is now can the court and sign money now. Want to me con the court and then you are firm, and not a poor firm. They be a new one to me on fair. So I just say, Anna, a year campaign, a man for Becca, and I chama won't to me, chama won't to me. Meaning I would hear me. Ubia one and then so. Send a meeting with me or media also so would ye. Tina your court, a young couple in my yesterday on the fair. We anyone quite sorry to see a dank as a young couple, man for me born in Cheme. When you feel who are the chain your crop or your body, a young your kaya won't na come as soon, na do your ho. And into the year, dear, a Jumana a year, no. Me a nipa send out Benjamin Huasamacano. Chairman, you nipa Unyan Huasamaka. Nelson so no, he was a machine, a winning machine. Old time chairman won't to me in pim for chairman won't to me. You can never make a vote in Ashanti region without chairman won't. I have seen it. I had a gift. And I have seen it's a gift. And you know, I'm not surprised, sir. People for they be there, you be there. Say you can't be and you can't be minty. But there be any honor young Cassan upon it if you are in the number. But what you say, a mere only a short space in the crowd will be DHD. Now will be a bed others, be a coffee in Cronky too, especially. Bois not energize the base to wire dear. Now, so we agreed because me marriage had no more any idea original chairman or agree. It's not possible. But me original chairman, but when you see, like we say, a preparation backstage, when I call preparation backstage, it means make preparation backstage. Yeah. If you want to prepare backstage, you need the chairman consent 100% to lead it and to support the action. Tinyamiada Roma, yɛ set it off no na emu da hɔ a yɛde abɛduru ɛnɛ yɛma teams yɛde teams baa bebree ɛyɛ adwuma yɛkyerɛ obiara sɛ yɛnkyerɛ dɔ nti yɛyɛ teams no obiara bɛyɛ adwuma constituency organizers, research, youth organizers, secretary, vice chairman, chairman, ekuoni na women organizers. Yɛde ɔmo nyinaa put it together. Ɛna yɛba yɛ sɛ yɛba abɛgye Dr. Bawumia. Nti ɛnɛ Dr. Bawumia etimi a succeed a ɛne na me ka no the backstage ne sɛ onya ɛdɔ sonko Nyankopɔn ɛma yɛdɔ sonko ɛma yɛkasa biara so a na aka regional executives no ɛne constituency for na koma nti yɛn nyinaa yɛde yɛn ho hyɛ mu ɛna Nyame adaroma yɛde etu anamɔn a yɛde abɛduru ha nti Nyame na ayɛ and that is the way I prepare yɛde nokura na prepare backstage ɛna yɛde ntiaseɛ ne ɔdɔ ɛna yɛ adwuma nti Dr. Bawumia megye di paa sɛ ɔne Asante ɛbɛtu anamɔn yie because Asante aboa no.
How was it? Because you've been another candidate from Ashanti region. Dr. Osei Wadutrim,
right.
Who you say in the last election was very supportive. Comrade Japan was still in the race. On also so say last election we one Dr. Bawumia the call baby and now on the number on also Edasu Ewumua, and then the concentration of other two candidates, in Ashanti region, Dr. Bernard Champon consistently coming here, the research officer, the strategic communication, from Ashanti region, former MPs of Ashanti region, and then Honorable Kennedy Japan also apiche another base, or Ashanti region. How difficult did this present to you a task you have to execute by all means possible?
So the strategy was united for the victory. In every constituency, you have to patch up. And you patch the dominant people. Na weja omo ekonosuma the former MPs ewa hoden because electoral college na yede koto abano former MPs na yeye. Nti no former MP be afimu a ode edomu ko. Oni kra ne primaries okoye. Former MP we no onya 0. Primaries no ebia unya 500, unya 300. Into ono ne 300 ne there. Your political game, a game of loyalty. Into ono move here, say 300, no the move 250 ko. And that is what helped Dr. Barry Champon. Dr. Barry Champon, enya because of the Ken must go. Now, ye rise up against the system, no. And on the man, many of them, no, or they take it up opportunity. A year war in the previous regime, the MPP regime, how they put them together. So the former MPs, no, Brian be taking them off. Now again, there were some MPs there, and I only know more about me. So in the game theory, no, now and yet easy my because clearly no, almost former MPs in no more almost. Now ebisu ana a warrior horse so a cocken, and for that matter, yenana yeda form. Yenana yeda form. So clearly no, yakoto abani and we were in the 60s, I think 60, Bayer said 3 or 4. So, yeah, say Bayer 5% be there. You will lose them into 5 to 10%. 10% you lose them. In the fighting in Ano, we were fighting, say, percentage will lose and coffin. Into Shaya. Apart from all the rich constituencies, I call here. There were classically some constituencies that we fully know as my constituency. To me, no problem with you so I'm say I'm the MP. And you kwana omo attacking me sir. Yeah,
almost all can say you saw 2 MPs.
Yes, they have Messi Miniano or Yeken Intino or John Kuma and the Demoni Nabemo. And ono Yeken Tino or the Biko. Timu amaka ma ye jan Canada. Se menu ani ni ho no ma me wo ho. To ho mama. Nti emfa na se MPs ni emi. No, ejiso wo MP. But that was strategic conversation. Na I needed to raise the hope. And that is the same thing I'm a year war in Chayaso, Obuasi West. there were some principal areas.
So constituencies now, MP no previously not over DMB, but this time over Ken. And so you will move in as an MP for the pro DMB to feel comfortable there.
Good. In Shayasu meetings will be fair. In Shayasu meetings, and I had to just not a home. No one send me come with a force. So I say now my prepared for the negative. I'm back home. Who be okay? Send me yama ba umia. Me can't send me call. Ma will be to my edit. Because me the NT. Be a yaw beba. Enti me oko come when I send me propaganda ni na hame. Ejuma we nya dia ode oko bi ho no mo akotene vote so and akope voter odon ho be chew enti no it happened in Ejoso so in Shayeso I just strategic ones and me san so e catch me boss say for us to have peace in Ashanti I was say nya from na back also me frɛ ho back na yenya nu edu bi ase enti ohwe ya I also put special ops to join their forces uniting. And all the constituencies, you know, meaning all the factors are 60% can move to a direction. And you be able to move those forces with understanding and shift them in a direction for Baumia. You succeed in all of them. And Tomuti, they know say, me just say I was say what na ho no na wo de adaje ni days e kasa ma komako form and e bi wo ho na simple. Simple. Yeah.
Apart from how difficult it was, financially.
Yeah, it was, bro. This campaign is a lean one, man. I mean, I have to come in and cover my boss. I was going to cover my boss. I mean, Yankopo Andaroma, Omayebi, Kakra. This campaign, me who say, our experts said they have to push it in. We're not pushing it in. So I said, okay. Glory be to God. You be easy. So I mean, apart from the my men buy a buyer papa ne best support and papa ne buyer best support. I must say that Charlie, a lot of them and I have to bring it. So I did it. I did it out of love on my boss because I think that we were down and say idea would have been very difficult for us in Ashanti region. So.
Now, there were key players 2023 nominee DMB MPs, former MPs, party people Omono pitching camp with other candidates, Japan, Brian. But one interesting thing in Ashanti region was also that you find known Alanche Martin guys in the 2023 Honorable Alan Frimno, no more so ne ken the name. But in this time, na Omono say Juma we are expecting, they did beyond what you were expecting from them. How did you bring all these guys on board?
Especially or even in Shayeso, because me, I've been tagged a Kofor boy, an alarm person, and so they were understanding for such people. And a yawa yedi anase omwedino I share with them. Inti omuhum say one of them. Internationally, no, not many said there will be drift. It's either say stay with Ken or they'll move to Brian. What I say, enti me kakra was me womu. So oko webeja north, oko webeja south, oko areas are Ishayaso, Ejuso. These were traditional Oforikrum. These are traditional areas. Enti no, I was say oko na wokasa, you speak as one of them. I only woman I struggle through a ye nyashe. And young kwana wa ye pain. Baba we had on your boni bia. And you know, I identified myself with them. They do honoma or you do from you are sharp. The oka strategies now, a bia ne bia will identify with. And these are one of the strategies in Ashanti region. Say Omen the other you say now or you're one of them. Again would have lost some votes. Until there are some Alan's people a move by Obisu Hodma, no yet Obwa Alan, party say be alcohol for recruit, meaning a woman body. Now my first petty say, obey ye 8 year, but he will speak to me on phone. Look, see idea. 1 year share, mean to me. So and then because Bonnie did what they'll be shocked, say the person they thought said he will influence and shift the vote. He did not. But he speaks to me all the time. But what I say, because he knows that we were in one place. into that factor no of Kufuor Alan tradition that we have come from. Me have said that I wasn't Alan, but I was President Kufuor, and the direction that the wind was blowing, I just flow. So we know ourselves. And no, Emma Yenya Ebi, our Ashanti region. There again, Anka, and also no, I'm Mark Ebinya trouble. Come on for it, TSM.
But another section of the delegates are na obekaso omuna omudi yawo omuna omubuofu omuna omatiada eye former party executive umbeka abo no hono. But it was surprising to say baby amobeko bia especially Dr. Bai no they rise up
for him,
declare and then you ask yourself say what's happening?
I think it's a sense of appreciation. Former executives na yadie pa baby omo bia no me teacher ma omo yadie because the obia ne omo ani nkomo a omo na de omo homa yes asɛ deɛ omo ye conference na omo ka sɛ ye enti no eno kye sɛ Dr. Bawumia support of the ma omo ye de omo ba back no omo tie ɛna omo ni gye ho and due to me say former executives ne deɛ omo a step up and the same principle and I was a yetimi in constituencies ya mutie. I'm thinking say former executives no ex officio members any constitution mo enti ya wie elections no omo ye former executives mienu bi kra executives mo ye meeting na mo betumi akọ to omo betena na no ma fadwen ko ye elections ye constituencies ye nto aba emfa nye decision enti say omo mienu bi ebe hye mu kra na so mo ye ex officio na mo no mo tena constituency ni mo a ebe mo that sense of belonging kan hu say former executives no omo crofo na ye former police station executives it is all recognize wo mo a omo ka bi ma wo form a eya oni na be free and that is the same principle was every constituency obey constituency conference homecoming conference now we free all the former police station for ni na no mo be home former executives eyi omo fi mu ni na no mo ni na nka odombom going forward for the party and the constitution anya any amendment on it but that philosophy how the former executives are bemuno. Yemfa enye say oma be ye adwuma wie na do mesinche. No. Obeto ababia no. I think constituencies no. Yem welcome omo nye threat. Inti omo timi hia omo se ye nipa 2. Inti mo be ye constituency meeting bia no omo team. Omo na fa say hwe no ode be sie. Constituency na pa ne ye. Inti so omo betina no omo fa adwen say enye bone. Inti I use this opportunity to congratulate them for their selflessness. Now, you included them in decision making. No one feel say any about 12 points in the mobile.
All right. I was I want to meet TV soon here and pay your daughter and I you are free on the Ashanti Regional Campaign Liaison Officer. Emma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign for the presidential primaries 2026 and you know 18 commoner. From 44 constituencies in the 2023 primaries to 45. And then 19,700 votes for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, 80,602 for Honorable Kennedy Japon, and then 4,620 for Dr. Brian Champon. What hit our target?
Our target was 17%.
17.
Yeah, so we don't go less than 17.
And it got 19,700.
The vote is in the electoral college is in the party. Ashanti has 17% representation. Of that 70% representation, we have to make sure say back Ashanti nominal you have less than 60% in terms of the total vote. So we have to make sure say minimum 60% deliver because overall vote it is calculating for about 17 to 20% of the vote. But what I say, if we whole national 1 feet if we Ashanti. Now we need 60%. We need 60%. Now it is a 60%. A very we are proportionate size one. A big a top hand one. It misses Sabibia. I don't know is what we did. We wanted not less than 60% of the vote. And Yamin and Chadia, we were able to deliver the 59.2 against the odds. Dr. Bawumia Yadia, because for Educhum na okaye ho.
Yeah.
The whole last year almost 60 something to almost 70%. That's a year ya 23. That is the effect of the absence of an MP in your team.
What was the plan? Say Momu Tiki Mosheno, the Akano, you will split it between Brian and Ken, so that meaning now Ken or Emma no strength no Emma.
In Ashanti trend, we saw is Ken was losing to Brian and to us, in the game theory, when you're a good Maya, because you say normal traditional Ken, be brave movie, and the Ken message and the Brian message na a one. Initially, they were moving on money, they were moving on religious, ethnocentric thing, and a muache. And that is the way. At a point, when Ken's message changed to creating jobs, I knew that Brian would have taken a lot of his space because a class action before the 2024 election, it was more of, okay, it's populism. We are the people who are yenyafe. So it's a class action of, let's call it in context. They have not, but the persist have. Into the gap on only 37. Now, when you lose election, it is about who demonstrates that who has. Into when Ken moved, or the campaign call the area of back to Dr. Babawumia, jobs, I realized that Ken was gone. Because in that zone, not only yourself. So strategically, the strategists around them, I was saying, who said, no, you're moving into an area, you need Dr. Baumia echo check vote, or maybe TR. And you giant base in the emotions in your own, Brian Ebe form. And another cardinal thing among the Alan factor was that Ashanti, the dog, what tree, but at the end of the day, in other places, Brian had forces around Alan, and I knew, say, Oman never Alan Hono, not Oman show very well on Ken, but Oshe around Brian,
Dr. Brian,
it was showing. So I knew, say, apart from Ashanti region, you know, bet check Safo, other regions, but a bit to me. And I'm not surprised though we need Volta region because we saw it coming. Because traditionally they like Kufuor because of Efo Tomi. And his boys took over Volta region. Those people went to Ken and to Brian. So,
would you say he came into the election for you?
No.
Say no.
Oba for himself. Say yene Ken. 2 horse racer. Anka yebe to me enya empathy sympathy. Ama Ken so I drop. Ama move up. Yes. Say 2 and anka the omote wo Ken ho no eno an omote ye and na ye coalitions no omote nyema bi a amanfo play voices ni sane man into ko nu edubi as I was there about 6 days. Normally I go into the traditional Ken areas into the team will move me year research kwekwata mo move ahead the year research into me banana minim dia wudi dia woda dia wo ye into me ba me no ka efiasem. And some of the coordinators are Minya or near the Biase. They are shocked, they are like, Papa, what confess here? What confess here? Just they're doing Bawumia, they don't even know what they're doing Bawumia. But eventually they accept and say we'll do Bawumia. Because I have to identify with you. I have to speak your language. And I need to get you back. But the weakness now, what can I say? Oh, boy, never mind this for you sit here, yeah. If you bet to me, I come in their way now. No, I identify say I'm power country. Hakra, not just watching. It is a giant 2 horse race with Ken. Ken would have dropped like probably 7%.
All right.
Yes.
So another leg of the argument is that okay, Dr. Baumia winning, we share the number of constituencies or winning here in 2023, and 2026 we're winning more constituencies in 2026. But people are arguing say. The figures also show say about 40% of the party people, the delegates, MPNO, into how do we work to bring them on board?
96, or call MPP presidential.
Prime
he had
Minister.
about 51.something%. And of course, second one, he had about 63%. And so the Community elections. So President Kufuor, we are 63% to about 60% from. We are about 40% or 37%.
37%.
Like him. You don't need everybody to like you in the party. No, you don't at all. The argument, a defeatist argument. Now, Sanka, after President Kufuor, President Kufuor so, or the delegates are a two abama or no, Awunya, when Omani or Momutinemu. Now, PP like Nanado, yes, a sound. Say about the police and yes, a sign, yeah, but we would have gone to the 90s of the party, period.
Silent grassroots general.
You see my description. He's a silent grassroots general, period. So, Obibio Diba Baumiachi, I was in the middle belt in the year campaign. A former Fono Penasem, and many of them when you talk about your person bishop. Many of them on person bishop. And until Sanka Baumia, yes, a sound police station, and Omwana Eba Muno be prepare Baumian Crawford. But what is here? Inti Anka Emwaken. Me. That is the theory. Na a daho. But na almost say Yankee the base. Inti what you share na do there na. Yesterday police station. Inti no ebi film na omo ebe share mo no bebre no omo ye omo pe na do omo de na ye campaign omo person be share party nim. Santa omo din se mo party na mo ma ni lusu ye na ya wo mo nto person be shame omo be ye adwuma. To omo ba with film ne ze obi. But unfortunately, you police station election. And to say your police station election, only by like Bawumia will be over 95%. Because who constituency be a volunteers in Bawumia B24, or more year Juma Pano. Omuni na we police station person bishop. But only opportunity. And then just say, yeah, the dada na ne call and the 37 automatically were not for you. And now almost they also call you and so be a movie until you will drop. So it is a commonsensical analysis, technical. And yeah, by default, no, they will say sip how me and see. Onumpo na oedin. Onu na edin. Onu na edin and na ushia can be need formula. But yaje formula.
Yeah.
Can we need me frɛ anano no yaje oso me frɛ ho ken ewi ni ne adubiase yaje ne adubiase now the percentage ne de ne adubiase em say yeah 48 and em say Kenya 44 enti wo hwɛ a nkrofo peba wo mia but aside the internal dynamics
no
waje constituency no but wanje no about 50%. But waje. I'm not surprised that are transcending in all constituencies. When you have more constituencies, let us say a former omo penase inti sanka. What's the same police station? And a woman, omwana a person beshemu. I want to the real definition of what is in the constituency. Because near the BS say, and now two police station. Many people in the community epe bawumia. Omo one no, but hey, the base net to an no, Oman Ekoto, Ubia Canadrian. But what you say? So
how do you marry that narrative outside there? Say a form for no, the people on the street, about so for no, and a route to say, Yemfa Kenmra, or no, dear.
And yet true, true. First of all, before and a yaw and coy. So I was in Yasen, Papa Catcher, Obibia, na Akomaba from. Because Odofa Dada, Odofo no MPP, I went done so. Na Yabaya na Yakasa, Munti, Jomufu, a bufo. The bufone or the year sometimes on person money or money system nubi. Into who will be obeying me, Bobo, Nadria, no one identify because of Unkanfima, a done by.
Yeah.
So classically, no, of course, many regions that you have people a year home. But you to know, once they told they be a you to know, or more expressions in the year, a militant, and middle age for econo, a calm expression, or personality, or reforms, or casa, na a pucci. And we still need to get youthful representations around Bawumia. in a manner that they will speak for them to know, say, any fault. It wasn't his fault. Almost personality. But before I part in the Bay, Charlie, take the reaction of the street people or the youth people as that is exactly how they fought before the elections. So there's still a gap. You see, that's all the catch them. No more put two together for you, and almost join this. And this is the Ompe. The Ombe saying, I'll be 2020, almost answer to Abba. And the strategy for the campaign ahead is first of all calm heads down, sweet words, Abunto you, give them hope. Say, send and your but you didn't benefit home. Akwala bia anya akwala biom and they will babet me a chop baby was okotoko. Yeah. Enka na GBC pena obi etie no. Na wo na wo kire wo ba ade a onye. Ene wo ba no social media nti no obeti ono de ba fie. And now by it's either say obeye the omobe. Respect, put value, everybody matter. The youth matter. And they say your co street num. Na you say oheba, ye street mu. Na you say any street boys eko hasa. Onim de ebe ka kire omakoma ebe to you. And now one for go so ama omo na say wensi mu so a obehu dom de be ye. So we need to respect the point that the flag bearer has a lot of work to do. And now when he had teams around him, no be and playing the role. It be on honest strength bear her, the most strength bear her. But in now a good team. Now obi a cover for. Yes, I know say you to know akoma ebe tom you. Because I know creating more jobs, and our ideas for more jobs. And all the youth want is jobs. It is a baumia a or ideas for jobs. Now you be that idea or you're a good person to tell them. But and now another normal year juma. And now was a more cancer patch over. Right. And now no say Bibi will be into me and your fanche. But we assure you say yeah, but you say yes, that is the kind of youth you have now. Don't take them for granted.
The concession speeches from the other four, and then the journey, near 3 years journey from today to 2028. What do you see?
Concession speeches from other aspirants.
Yeah.
And say, election. Brian, or you're young, the future is still there. Ain't and election is no. I was so who say, you win or lose. Into another there, and yet end of the road. Ken, age is not on his side, but what concede. So I was say, you move your ma obia olive branch, and the chance for us all to work together. Yes, so I lieutenants, I was say you move in a train obia eba together. It me in Ashanti region say over the weekend I visited pro Brian people and pro Ken people. I went to come fee. You know, I'm doing normal regional coordinators anyway. Emma Ken, our Ashanti. To me, no, I couldn't come on the side. Inti, yes, olive branch, and I was a train obia ebum. Na Ken for the numpodia. I am say a much easier. Yes, Brian for the no see much easier. I said Brian for the a chunk no never about me. Yeah. And the pro Kufuor or pro Alan faction. So Brian for the end of the year, over trauma back now. I mean, when they say a difficulty, Ken for the we need more talk, but we have to. When was that? Hey, we've spoken. Many workers, many MPs need be a campaign. Our Mohai in Shazo sticker. Every minute of phone so by 1 hour. No coach exams cry. You know. Hey, so yeah, 12 MPs in the winning. And I was saying, you push everybody together and you're moving on. So I think that it will work.
Another group, you who say, take it up, Dr. Campino, na omoyane dende is a TESCOM. Yeah. For no. Yeah. Unfortunately, as a betua baby, then either the party or some people who are part of the decision making try to have issues with them. Deliberately, what do you want to do from all regional and yourself for the TESCOM?
Yeah, and then I make one and then no money na share and I church and the team no share into the akoshe ending February, the next 2 weeks. I'm sure Munina said the enemy share Mwaka was na ya set a common agenda. Again, Omu per se, Omu rising through the party. And me sure say me na me a TESCON person. In fact, founded a TESCON in Kolebu 2001 after the 2000 elections. And I won't account. So I've been a TESCON president. So meaning what it takes by how they feel. I don't know if feel say was say yetimi bua na yema omo have a sense of belonging. Normally we are a TESCON yon constituency, non rise it through the rank. But I was here a deliberate attempt. Now you put all of them together because omo your PS, omo kasa omo mutie. Until the TESCON base in the base me person in this region. And you say about to open your door to send me catch up and run. If I say you numb together because omuna ebema omo adofo ne omo nkofo na aya wo momo ntiase no om betumi aba. So 2028 is an election. You need a TESCONers more than ever before. And again, I told them yesterday, say we need regional youth organizers believing in TESCON people. And young Obama rivalry, no. Again, maybe raise the awareness. Now in the meeting we'll have, we encourage all the prospective regional youth organizers to speak, and we will look at sincere people. Our person more opportunity in your become mashe. Go come you can't vote with me. Yes, and this is a specialized area. Watachi base, Enra, Mr. Smitachi base. I'm a person yet moving on to show the votes up in Ashanti region because due to make a lot of decision in the next election due to Ebeya.
Now we have a presidential candidate, or if you like, a flag bearer, in the 2028 election. No? What is left is a party that is also ready for the next elections. Meaning, say, National Council this year, there will be a timetable out now. Yes, party from polling station to national. What do you think will be key factors and other indicators? Party people will look out for anybody who puts himself or herself up for an office, constituency, electoral area, region, national, so that we will get people who will be committed to the cause and then ready to work with competence.
So, I know the immediate principle. The immediate principle was Nanado, na ohiani peace of mind, or the MPP Bekoini. Into Onya about, I think 90-something%.
Yeah, I think 96.
Yes, and then me can obey a police station area. One say, "Oh my baby, she will be able to for." At that point, but we have strength in the MPP will be the renewed strength.
Yeah,
I be very formidable, very solid. Into Nana first primaries only about 49. On to me and cross 50.
Yeah, that had Lego.
But polling stations in the year new ones become
shoot to go anymore.
The same way, by the time I buy a police station, once a Bawomia's popularity in the party will shoot further. Now, there again, I was saying, you're looking at constituency, region, and how more we are loyalists to Bawomi. And in the constituency for how many money? When you say elections are you lose you levy on your constituency for a year. Acquire your Asante and your constituency for a year. Indeed, what the chairman be and yet right. Of course, chairman is a human, TBA personally, or the individual weaknesses in there put to some people off. The chairman must work on it. But the war now, 2028, it's not a war. You should try and change your generals. For this only 4 years of President Mahama, a war, I was saying we're retaining a lot of your generals.
So you want most of the region constituencies to be retained?
Yeah, especially those who are loyalists to Dr. Bawumia.
They can be loyal but not competent.
Yes, and okay, they are loyal, credible, competent, and add hard work into it. Into the region for no constituency for no omunim sa for no. Into me no they know omunim omo ye juma. Again omo pe ba wo mi asem because on consider enhira obusuani na on betinemu na or ha system no what you ase and then na wo pe total control enra shanty chairman no e pledge omo total control so omo de omo nti obi a do betia ne that's what they did and Ashanti ama signal no so the signal is going to move
obi hu ne say NSC ne say on ka Dr. Bawumia ho party ne yi afrim
there be esa na tie emre bia no say oko elections naturally no say Bawumia me so a omo enye Bawumia no bebre elusu na Bawumia bebre ba and then the theory na ye ka say na do the free 49 at the call 94 no and I can say nka Bawumia ye call police station na anka omo e feel say Bawumia de wanye bone we eyemo omo ba be shemu be pray it go say Bawumia anka be call obe shoot you it naturally no omo enya the opportunity afa na ba be see it me nya surprise say omo anya Bawumia be brave e be drop it but what you say good and the general rule no and it's a constituency for na hard working competent lawyer I was here to maintaining as much as we can because we have 4 years in Pakatre and sa ekon we be fierce it is sometimes you know osisa generals be bra obanya problem because omo de omo hu ekono omo te ase and me expect say on the skill well for we know about 60% of constituency executives will be retained na 40 until we must be I was here coordinate me conscientize ase for no ase de ne de BCBNC police station for the delegates na your friend no and the BCBNC because omo na e wo form until ho de enye open
how would you want Dr. Bawumia to manage this because there is a likelihood say party people mo ma ye adwuma ama DMB in Ashanti region constituencies national na all election na ode papa ne din be bata ne ho enche ubehunu one for this now I in the picture no the Dr. Bawumia picture so ato nche how would you want the man to manage it so that we would know him to be that Dr. Bawumia for all
yes.
na yene ye mu bi propagating na
Bawumia de unim se not here or no mfa ne ho enkoshi na a form of one who do a massive Libra consistency. I see of any Bawumia for. Bawumia for one Becca said, or anybody dear, Nipper Patiasia. It's one or qua or Kobo Bawumia, or no so Ubejino, many Martina ye, many a bonnet, many moon and nam, Bawumias may call you Jumamano, Monsam Famine Court. What you say? It's Uya dear. You more year you the Bawumia buyer no or the back the campaign at the aquarium. And also be my gap. Dear 1 year Bawumia no and also ho. And I can say I see 4 dear. Obi oba shame will be a number shame. Now so I see 4 be bring about shame no. Would you take it from me a Bawumia Crawford? It's share baby a hoarding war. A Juma war and a loyalty war. And no more better aba. It won't be you know bones about 70 to 80% of the people maintaining constituency will be Bawumia people they know who can do the work. But what I say, natural. Bawumia will mamuda as a person. But looking at the trajectory of the party, in the now party from the late 90s to now, no, and in the next 20-30 years, so long as our nipa COVID, Bawumia question will be because sir. Ye mama will be na fe ye campaign here the wudi ya osi encho ho one check will be lose or strength on the way and here I'm not too sure it's not say be a amfa boni bebre amba no I'm not sure Bawumia can manage it ye bibi ye local because ye we hobi ye we fijasi crook it we one what yakra and crook bebre wa Ghana I mean
but the man will not have interest in and I say or interest in who becomes what at where.
Naturally, no interest in our localities. And then we know because we will see maybe say or more yet Bawumia Crawford our constituency no more form already. Or more young meetings said Bawumia some country or Gentia ever be but what I say it's constituency no on one the warm local effect. On one more dynamics. So I say, to you, obe encourage you say, omonye or embracing, mama ubia embrem na edo embra na party ni ye ni na ye de ntina you lose you win election Saturday me kan and me say enhwe ye kasa na ye kasa ntwedo na ye nhuru obi because ye ho na 2028 no so chen de yakono de catch am say ye nhuru obi ntino me de me pese ye de edo na ye mix it up ni yako but ohinbe me preach say constituency executives no yetimi gya bebre wo mu a ebeboa and almost all my dream ye very good obi wo hodo mu a wanye campaign amaba wo mia then so your politician a we lose election na dwuma obeyi amaba wo mia no they know ye amaba wo mia ko ntimi ye constituency for no munim such a person no bon some retain no enti and once I will come and once I will do one say come eh wo dey o yes na who create problems
meaning sir like yourself I'm out for the Udinbeko election especially in this region what you aware there
many fear
many doctor you na year doctor ba me adwuma doctor ba you are you epeme me ne nam into tuaba ma me
o question we ebeba o question we am makran kenye complete na meaning say ebeba because e natural say the obeti esuachen the onte ha enti no se problem bi ko ba na mom na otibia na wakọ solve se bia obi akọbọ odin akọye we ma wadofo kra or yes na eno sa na wotia wo se wo solve but the wonti no be bebre etching the obet it is going to happen oiba the party dynamics no ye nipa o obi a recognition no nti okoye adwuma ma wo na se one man sika seje ni bia no se odi odin ko nti omo ye campaign no mo doba omia ba se obi a woni ni interest obi a woni ni da so se papa no kura ko de obi a omo me sika na so me wi a me so me de kopa me de ti se wan hwe ni yie na ukọ ne ma bebre mu a you lose your people ne mo se omo de koye de enye na se wote a na wakọ abusuya ba ko na wakọ so
will we see this in the next parliamentary primaries
a bit transcended a year oko UK Brown ne Blair omo division they follow you through parliamentary elections oko party bi emu a yakọ contester e be follow to a party politics and your president sumo a mesom a party politics interest into ono bebre abaye adwuma bebre ebe kwa akọpe post ebi wo ho obaye na adwuma na onpe post bia ono so wo ho omo de omo hu ni ase omo de problem no but ebi so abaye adwuma the boss e wi ni de opa wi ni nti ode no na ekoje ne samba obi beka eno na opese ode ko nanim na sa de we ukogine mu a obaye unpopular bia nti local dynamics ne de yen ye wash your hands ye jama omo
undecided nim dey see wo honum to man show what happens then they decide what to do there
asem ko pina se eso an wa ko aka se ye na ye busuya ba ko mesrem but se o do hu be ko for be wadofo na ba be watamfo.
Will you have special interest in some elections because whether constituency region or parliamentary personally you where we
I also say special interest.
I'm just asking.
There be say was utie in your mind minimum region. I say be a new edubiase e ofan. Enti new edubiase I was saying interest. Drop so I was saying interest. Afar North South East I was saying interest. Agogo Asante Achim was saying interest. Enti Ejura I was saying interest. Enti me media me interest in ofan constituencies.
How do you move in?
Oh, say no dear. Sometimes we bet me akofa obi oni obi aba we new city.
Last Saturday, Dr. Bamia spoke about discipline.
Yeah.
A lot of political pundits, political watchers have photo spoke about it. Say, there seems to be too much indiscipline in the party. In the days ahead of us, how do we ensure that we move to the values?
The regional constituency parties and the regional parties, maybe I am so almost too stronger than the national party.
The national party somehow is weak. You have a weaker national party. That is to say that national executives, a bit weak
Yeah.
as compared to how the constituencies,
the
regions are managing the party there.
Move it through.
What might be the reason?
Move it through regions. Move it through regions. Who say obetimi party no amma constituencies regions without even the national officers. Maybe overvalue the national officers and maybe many any figure, but one here maybe some 30% or 40%.
You want to see a change, an overhaul?
I mean radically.
A radical change.
Radically. I mean, because the party as it stands now, it is good with constituency regional party. What they for when you share various constituencies and regions, very solid people. The national party, no, yeah, anka oko other jurisdictions are UK, US. Ebi wo hokro mo appointed to become way only akono ye flag bearer no appointed okwa no ne moko kadachi
as we that last time chairman suppose go kan omudi na tama no
na obedi na tama say because the me say ohiba the regions no omo regional executives ni ye solid consistency ye solid have me call round middle belt me who say omo ye solid masa me kan dada I will not say same about the national officers. I know they mommy any day make the same thing.
And you want to see an overhaul?
I leave it to the party, Mr. Radical.
So many names. General Secretary Martini Pabe 7. Youth organizer, national youth organizer. I will not ask you about the national chairman because but the general secretary, the national youth organizer, the organizer, women's organizer. Names now what to know, and those that you know, do you think they will provide a better leadership than who we have today?
Yes, definitely.
Because we will have to juxtapose what they are bringing on board definitely. With what we have today.
Yes, people will hide under no change. Now no change, but no change. Now the same as Obia. No change.
I almost say the tradition goes on.
Tradition goes yes on. Go there on. Tradition be and go be on. No change because Bawumia one year pony.
But personally, you compare say the Yema Adanko Kufuado, the Yema Kufie Jokun Kufuano. You the same thing, Madam Tabamia. Why not the same thing for any other party officer or person or election?
We set Bawumia to fail. Bawumia's loss in 2024 was a setup. We set it
by who?
By us, by all of us. We are all responsible. The Obeka's on count the most. Yeah, count of credit, one shame. And assemble men you home film. You're man enough. Now, you're part of it. Send me constituency. Send me vote to crossroad. 2020, me 64%. 2024, me call 75. Normally, we call 30. I was a vote to a drop. My shift it. Me the president for 2020, 69. Eddie, I call 72. So I tell you, intimate me you be a me chromo for. Omudi media agro. And I'm assuming for money agro. Into walk to a bar, Makoya campaign, middle bed, Makoya campaign, Makoya campaign by almost 3 days. And so, Omuti me, a movie me from. Me vote to me almost 4,000 the can 2020 at the end of home. At that, a year Dabonima MPP will be a vote so tenor. So I vote to that time now. Intimino, and once I can make Hassan Hamubi. But my dear to say, oh, your team. Na se mo kona se mo sia yen you o you hu film o do hu shem say papa o bonu say na papa ba ya obeje no boni ba da wo say woje enti ye na set Bawumia to fail.
I will not ask you to mention names, but have you heard of Nipebi Omoba? You will wish they will be part of the next national leadership.
The principles they abet me out me mean to me and can be, but I must be honest with you. Winning 2000 elections, like I told you earlier on, you see youth ever play a role in 2028.
28.
I said it. And he said, me analyze all of them, but make me my principle be for the youth organizer. Yes. The youth organizer must come from a predominant region of the MPP. because
So you should come from Ashanti region.
when it can be a stronghold in MPP, so a predominant region can be Ashanti, it can
Or
be
the northern
Eastern,
part.
it can be Ahafo Ashanti, the boom, or a Bono Ahafo, or all of them, the predominant areas. Because when Andy Apiukubi was mobilizing and coordinating youth,
The youth organizer.
you rise, you cross elections. When Samia Uku was coordinating, you did. So what you see, all right. And if obeys near majority youth from the predominant area, then let one of them be one of them to speak for you to take them. So when I put this principle on, now say, you canvass for obi of what predominant region, meantime obi, but if a lot of the youths will come from your predominant areas, then what sense does it make if you go and pick somebody from a minority area? I mean, it's like you are not really up in your game. But what you're saying?
But Flagbera is from a minority group.
Because he has gotten competence, he's gotten hard work, he has gotten there. And the politics is then strategy. So we have gotten the minority representation to lead and carry all. Into the base in this, you are going to give it to a minority representation. Do you get it? Then you are killing yourself. Almost idea, no? Meanwhile, when you are youth to rise up to the occasion, until you're born a chidom with a domino baby a free. Now you're setting it up. And now you're setting it up this time, and then once you're setting it up, you're setting it up. So
What about the woman organizer?
it looks like Howard Kunsin is a name that I heard. I don't know how many people are contesting.
I've heard of Katrina Feku, Honorable Hafisa. I think I'll call
Afisa Jiba. Where? Hafisa.
Hafisa, I think, deputy to market, Martinity. I think it's about 3.
Your region, quite your region here. You're called national.
Me no baby, say fee.
And I say your region new year, not region for you know what to say. Now, your consorting there, you because Ashanti voted here. Yeah, they
after 12 years, Chema to me will not be in Ashanti region.
Yeah.
2028, as you have said.
Oh, I pray he goes
moment.
into the. I pray he goes into the national executives, because
you want him to be part of the next national leadership.
Yeah, one to me is a very strong character, But as of the role Chairman will play, I can't say. I think Chairman, I was saying also the flag bearer a consorting. Now, on your advice on where he has to be, because the spirit in want to me one.
I have heard this from Honorable Maso Kofi Juma. I've heard this from Honorable Sechi Mensah-Bonsu. I've spoken to some MPs outside Ashanti region. They don't want to dream of want to be not being part of the next national leadership.
So they've also given you the
no matter principle. What office, what they want to see is that he is part of it.
Yeah, meeting here, but I'm happy say
even Saturday at Wino, some people will come with some dynamics argument. We catch
you say, Chairman, wouldn't to me I want a weakness. They said, "Yeah, me and you are free. Me want me dear." So what I say?
Yeah.
Then so you didn't come to a more me catch you. Obi wo Kumasi ni greater Kumasi on Chema wouldn't to me. But o party way, you mistake. Now they want to make some crash and job win.
Could be your best.
You see, it's not the pain in you. I'm sorry, it's for and yet hey yawe wo obi mu na make no, and yet yaw. Policies it me and my popularity. Who are what to work out you want to see. Now do much the sanity. And you want to me or national. Now we Jan said chairman, what the other said, nam in crooked to him.
Move.
Never vote to bar. He will be a major threat to any political party. And the gift, no, allow it for us to say it. The American, Obi Wawa, or disagree because on pet chairman. But Obi a one weakness, Matewasi, may can't dear you. Obi so obey to me at TSF, may pay to me, so papa, you don't can it to me who say, I can't do baby. na mood na sesa.
But how do we get Ashanti region to do what they did in 2000, 2016, and then probably 2020 elections, to provide that solid background for the party's victory?
Ashanti
region.
And say was say unya hard-working loyalist take it over the constituency and the regions. Inti I was say yeah hardcore Bawumia people because Ashanti no wrong. When say one to me, he was not directional for Akufo-Addo. But no Akufo-Addo. No Alano.
Yeah.
But na adwin say meji adwuma ntina me say obi wo ho a wankoye adwuma ma Bawumia. Nanso obetumi abelidia adwuma obeye no e chain de na obi sabi na ntina me say systems now should fight themselves to find the right people. Good. Enti se wunya majority of the constituency executives maintained. Na se unya changes in the regional party because the region depends upon constituency. In the regional party, once Obinya blooded Bawumia people, I will be me directly
blooded Bawumia.
Yes, Obinya because regional say supervisory monitoring. Ejuma no work constituency any region no. Nti no the region well best of region men nya wa adwin say okọ ejuma no work constituency. Nti region no the best supervisor no so when you blooded Bawumia wa how ejuma wa your form ni na wa say no. Nti a form for no say yen keep majority of them. It may be Bawumia not Bawumia. But say majority will be Bawumia, but there will be some who are not Bawumia. System no nim says uncle over there. Yentimi nja omo da. I was all do omo ko. Ebe play. But for the supervisory team na wo region there. I be my direction. Just ni west keke. A day hard working omo wasi and be moving on. So when you are blooded Bawumia, you are finished.
In 2023, personally, me no nam no ade ba kwa na o hia delegates aka che mu say ye di Asante vote no koma Dr. Bawumia na di akwaji bibi.
Yeah.
When you explain further, then it was the running mate slots.
Yeah.
Ebeba, indeed a buy. I don't know whether you have this conversation behind the scenes that the running mate slot will be ceded to the Ashanti region again.
Me very optimistic. Hapano ni heart in Ashanti region no. On the sun bars of Onyakwa or the man here on be no on any day. It can be anybody. It can be from Echima block. It can be from Kumasi block. A bit me free. Adanse block. A bit me free Asante Achim. But
or such
it can come from such a enti papa no dear or no nakoma wa Asante ne dear. He's an artist Ashanti. I must be very honest with you. Something that Ashanti just drives him on. Like minyam energy free
but it might come here from here.
Yes, I am clear.
It is coming from here or the possibility no is on the high.
The boss will bring it to Ashanti. The possibility is okay now. I'll borrow language. Possibility near 100 and something percent, above 100%.
Dr. Bawumia anyam from so I said Dr. Matu Poku Prempe so anyam from so.
Oh, say Maka first one say the no change, you know. We said Bawumia to fail. Me de me ho shame say me sanka me kan ka me yimi ho afim.
No change it doesn't apply over
no change in there. Eye Bawumia aye ne ndi ne ye. But no change no enya apply to the national, the regional, the way. Say ne movie so ana Ghana for aka che mo say mo so vote no change. So much money so what's no change?
Until there should be changes somewhere.
Now when you change, if you once a BBA, what results would you expect? So we be the same. No change. Then Ghana for say, oh my yard, there also so no change. Ain't the first principle I'm kind, you know. They say Bawumia DNA or outlier. woyɛ research bi a obitumi woyɛ outlier ɔno ne context yɛ different enti sɛ ɔde Dr. Bawumia Dr. Matthew Poku Pempe bɛkɔ a ɛyɛ ɔno ɛna wɔyɛ leader ɛna ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde Dr. Matthew Poku Pempe bɛkɔ obi bɛka wontumi bɛka who am I ɔyɛ hwan ya ɛna etiefo ntie running mate Madaroma ɛnyɛ campaign no running mate ɛnyɛ campaign wontumi nhyɛ nanado sɛ kyenkyene a kɔfa Boniface Abubakar because na yɛsɛ kofoɔfo na yɛ meeting with him sɛ wode ɔno kɔ a na yɛayɛ wei na ɛyɛ all over Boniface dabi running mate ɛnyɛ saa ne teɛ opa no bɛtumi aka sɛ okay mate mede na pool kɔ hwene obi a bɛtumi ayɛ no okay mate memfa na pool nkɔ hwene wa na pool bɛtumi ayɛ enti fans ɛwɔ aseɛ munsusu ensisa dynamics no first no na ye jama panyin no but for the past 3 years or 4 years
the obian to me but we are looking at how it will make the 2028 no results are here pen
it more analysis say mo betumi a guide because say judge Kotena ho no mo say me take judicial notice enti ono so papa no so per feedback into him obe put research and intelligence people in the system into more analyst no which
you might be one of them
o say why
the research the intelligence team you might be one of them you might be part of it
there be media mabe adwuma mabre omo ye say adwuma no omo nye say adwuma no say intelligence ne research for no so mo wo ye kɔ ni na no omo ne mu menye me na me ye sade no e na papa no so no opeso ye consultation a e wo so hwɛ the characters of the Crawford not the omako but yensusu ewa Ashanti but obi tie me a say bia ebeba Ashanti nti o ba ko ye campaign wo running mate ho ebusuafo social media ba beto ye social media ye bloggers ye we mesremo running mate enye campaign enye contest enti mema obi enkohye wechi na woyɛ campaigns na wode wo wakoma kɔhye mu a wonya de wopɛ wasan ha ho in fact ohiba normally running mates are not for the obvious yes of your principles of running mates across the globe
it is not for the obvious
sometimes it's not for the obvious and for the obvious and for the one no. But ubetumi analyze this space and say space way the principles ni nie nti say mo hwe san krofo we ya ebeboa mo I know your fair principle but where you make it active say eye we no o ma onu akono fele say ntimi de mini to me
but ebe fata wo
heba this year ya your principle na wie no be direct here with the mami traffic no emfi me so okay me da say me das nyame nhyira ba we dey ye ka general analysis make us say me das nyame nhyira okra obi otwa video no wo ho no monko na wa hwe wo nko a wo dey no na wa twa body nam say Dr. UF is etiefo onyonko pem say me sremo ye analysis
abusuafo Wontumi TV sunie on Facebook Wontumi TV and then Wontumi TV live on YouTube. Dr. Nana UF is our Ashanti Regional Campaign Liaison Officer for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's 2026 campaign for the NPP's presidential primaries. Ono ena yenino 18 komono. To your team, Anomuye Juma, and those who responded by voting 19,700 votes for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. What will you tell them?
Oh, amazing. 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 Ashanti is the region for everybody to come and work in. A regional, so Obana se Udibu, Udia Hobrasie. Now, dear door. Now, Upe Juma, now Nimkasa. Sebi Nasa Uba, Sadi way, a chain, Jete, and only Jete in Ashanti. Say, Udi Subanfo for Betina Ashanti. Every officer or what MPP more Ashanti or your master. Ashanti no obon say eso ana ya ketu ebi nso nkum because any officer in Ashanti ye master onim ne left and then the right but Nyankopon da Roma campaign team ya ye adwuma every region eco constituency eco polling station council of elders any yomo ye adwuma a 2 year for and they have been fantastic. So we adwuma bia na say unni advisor well mobo but the elders of the region no almost soon bia na etai yechi the regional executives we menu miansambia the rest of them. So Chairman to me and the team exceptional. The operations of mafia Andy Owusu. And then the team a war Chairman to me one yehu omo omo mpe say obi abehu omo omo dey aden so omo we chi omo ye adwuma. There are so many people around to me, they don't like publicity, they don't like to talk, and that is a good culture. I have worked with them excellent on my idea. Enti me da obi bia se a ekọ constituency ekọ teams e yedi baye ni na omo ni momo ho okoyi ebi film akoye asem je be da omo ni na se victory na ba maye na enti yem short break na papa no mfa de ewo ye ni mmra na afi yem wa come back na yem put to the regions behind na yem fa Ashanti and compare the papa ne penny na yem fa nko yem ano ewo national na yem ma party ni mu jo Ashanti ya ebe ma party ni mu ajo the whole country and victory na beba smoothly 2028 so Ashanti anjo a forget it.
Right, abusiafo yedebesia echna yebeto aso from our studios in Asokwa. Dr. Nana you free any di nkomo no. Good morning.
Libra